dose of reality straight from the streets. Introducing the Ask a Cop podcast on YouTube. Join Daryl Triplett, a seasoned 30-year vet, and Jeff Blair, a no-nonsense 14-year vet, as they dive deep into law enforcement. They're here to break down barriers and answer your burning questions. Curious? Visit askacop.live. Ask a Cop every Thursday at 8 p.m. Subscribe now at askacop.live. It's time to Ask a Cop.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're back once again. Good help was so hard to find. Our producer is halfway asleep here. My name is Daryl Triplett. I'm joined today with the one, the only. As you guys may tell, this guy's much better looking than Jeff. I'm blessed to have Steve Turner in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for Steve Turner. Okay. Jeff is ill, so he called out work. He's probably out somewhere sipping Wooford and at a strip club somewhere. But we'll let that one go for this week. But hey, you guys, we have one hell of a show planned for you guys today. This is a topic that you don't want to miss. It's a growing problem within law enforcement over the last maybe 15 to 20 years. And it's something that's continuing to grow, and it's something that as law enforcement we take very, very seriously. But right now, I want everybody to go ahead and I know we're just getting started. I want everybody to like and share the live right now. Like and share the live. Share it to your friends, your families. Trust me, this is stuff that you're going to need to know if you're engaged with a police officer at any given time. So trust me, you don't want to miss this show right here. We got a good one for you right here. So Steve, how you been? Thanks for coming. I mean, Steve let me tell you something. I called him 5 hours ago and Steve was like, I'm on the way. I've been itching to take Jeff's spot for so long. I've been itching to take that Negro spot for so long. I could barely contain myself. Oh man, but yeah. So how you been, man? You good?
Yeah, man. Life is good.
Life is good. Yeah. Well, life's always good for you. You're Steve Turner. What can we say? You're Steve Turner. Life is always good for you. What have you been up to, man?
Yeah. Just working.
Working. Yeah.
I'm trying to get this hip a little bit better.
I got you. Yeah. That's right. You were involved in a nasty accident out the country. And found out some insurance shit that you might want to enlighten some people on right there. But yeah, I know.
Buy travel insurance every trip.
Travel insurance.
Travel insurance before you go anywhere out of the country.
Who's that up there? We got hello to you, my friend. From where are they calling from? The Malcolms. Hey, what's up? Who's that? Delight the World Ministries. Okay, yes, the Malcolms are in the house. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys like and share the link. Jeff is a little ill. He's under the weather, but I got my good friend of the show and a good friend of mine for the last, 24 years here, Steve Turner. He's got an extensive law enforcement background, instructor certified, expert shooter. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. So it's going to be a good show today. Trust me, it's going to be a good show. Everybody sit back, light your sticks up, pour you one, sit back and relax. We got to drink Coca-Cola today because Steven don't drink. But feel free. Okay, so today's topics, you guys know how we do it. We have a special game show that we do at the beginning of the top of our shows. You guys know how this goes. And the game goes, they're going to give you 3 things strange about me. You have to guess which one is true. And then it's going to give you 3 things strange about Steve. And you got to guess which one is true from it. Okay? So these are fun games that we play here. Everybody go ahead and share the link. Share the link, everybody. Let's go. Let's get on top of this. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for continuing to support the show. We love you. Thank you so much. Again, Jeff's off today, but we got some hot topics lined up for you. The first one we're going to talk about is deadly sovereign citizens encounters. That's something that is a trend that's growing stronger and stronger and stronger. We've seen it from the Waco, Texas, to everyday events that's happening in law enforcement, where you're pulling these sovereign citizens over, and from a civilian standpoint, what are your rights as a sovereign citizen? What can you do? What can't you do? As a police officer, a lot of us, we're in a gray with that. We don't know what the hell to do when someone hands us a sovereign citizen card and says they're traveling, not driving, and all that other stuff. You know, I know the first time it happened to me, it was like, I was like, what the hell? I didn't know what to do. So, but anyway, first things first, we're going to get into our games. Everybody like and subscribe at askacop.live. Okay, so going to the next slide. Okay, so who's first? You are up first.
All right, this is about Daryl. Which of these strange behaviors is true about this guy right here?
Oh, God.
A, Daryl once hosted a stand-up comedy show entirely in his underwear and a wardrobe malfunction happened. That's A.
I am a comedian.
B, Daryl has been married 3 times and was a Muslim for almost a year.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Alaikum salam. Salam. And C, Daryl is known for his ability to impersonate famous politicians from any era with surprising accuracy. Which one of these do you guys believe are the correct answer? A, wearing underwear at a comedy show. B, married 3 times and a Muslim. Or C, known for his ability to mimic politicians from any era.
Oh, let's see. Those are good ones. I know the Malcolms are going to chime in on this one. Which one do y'all think it is? A, B, or C? A, B, or C? Nice to meet you too again. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. A, B, or C? Which one do you guys think it is? A, B, or C? Does he need to read it again? Give him one more go at it. Just read it one more time.
Here it goes. Which of these strange behaviors do you think is true about Daryl? A, Daryl once hosted a stand-up comedy show entirely in his underwear and a wardrobe malfunction happened. B, Daryl has been married 3 times and was a Muslim for almost a year. And C, Daryl is known for his ability to impersonate famous politicians from any era with surprising accuracy.
So which one do y'all think it is? Which one do you think? Well, hold on. I'm gonna give him a little bit more time here. Okay, Brandon's Mr. Malcolm says A. Mr. Malcolm says he thinks it's A. So what is A again? What was A? I did stand up in my undies and had a wardrobe malfunction. Well, if I'm only in my undies and I have a wardrobe malfunction, then you will get a hell of a comedy show.
Surprise show.
Someone said C. Someone said C. What's C? C is
for the ability to impersonate famous politicians.
Impersonate famous politicians. All right. Okay, which one do you think? Hello, hey, how y'all doing? Y'all come on in here. Come on in. Like and share the live. We're just getting started. You haven't missed much. You haven't missed much. Like and share the live. Subscribe to us, please. Okay, Steve, which one do you think it is?
I think it's C.
You think it's C?
I think it's C.
Okay. You think Daryl is known for his ability to impersonate famous politicians from any era with surprisingly accuracy. All right.
I can almost say B also, but I don't know anything about this Muslim thing.
Drum roll, please.
Anything is possible.
The correct answer is B.
Really?
Yes. I once was a Muslim for about a year, and I have been married. This is my 3rd marriage.
That I do know.
Yes, I was.
Muslim thing.
I was a Muslim for a year. And you know what was crazy about it was that they would not let me continue in the Nation of Islam because I wanted to be a police officer. And I was like 20 and a half then.
Really?
And I wanted to be a police officer, and they wouldn't let me continue. So I really knew that I wanted to be a police officer. And hey, Miss Malcolm, how you doing? Glad to have you back. Glad to have you back. Glad to have you back. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's mad? Good to have you back too. Good to have you back. So the correct answer. Oh, someone said B. Someone said B. Miss Malcolm got it right.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Malcolm, you're the winner of this round. Was she the first one who get it right? DJ, she was the first one to get it right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So now let's go ahead with Steve here. Let's go ahead with Steve because this is going to be a good one. Here we go. Okie dokie.
This week for my giveaway. Where's man?
Listen, I'm back this week for my giveaway. Okay. Which one of these strange behaviors is true about Steven? Steve once tried to do laundry for his kids, but ended up shrinking everything, turning the house into a doll clothing factory. It doesn't look like he can wash. I don't know. All right. Steve has been caught more than once using his kids' penny bank to fund his coffee addiction. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. C. Steve plans a ton of family vacation and is a big player in the stock market. Oh boy. Which one of y'all think? Chime in. Which one of y'all? I had to guess on Steve. Which one? Someone said A. Someone said A. All right.
Oh, no, that's beforehand.
Oh, that was beforehand. Okay.
Waiting on answer.
All right. Which one of these strange behaviors is true about Steve? I'll read it one more time. One more time. All right. Steve once tried to do laundry for his kids, but ended up shrinking everything, turned the house into a doll house clothing factory. Oh, that's tight. Someone said B. B, two B's. B, Steve has been caught more than one time using his kids' piggy bank to fund his coffee addiction.
Then it says C. Desiree.
Hey, welcome back, baby. Welcome back. Desiree says C. Dennis says C. Malcolm says B. Malcolm says B. Mr. and Mrs. Malcolm says B. Or Steve plans a ton of family vacations and is a big player in the stock market. He does have a lot of money.
What's considered?
Oh, Desiree, C. Someone said C. Someone said B.
$2.
Okay. All right. Which one do you think is true about Steve? Okay. Drum roll, please.
What'd you say? You never gave an answer.
Oh, I never gave an answer. I'm going to go with, I think, B. Steve has been caught more than once using his kids' piggy bank to fund his coffee addiction because he loves coffee.
Don't listen to this guy, y'all. He knows.
Which one is it?
And of course, it's C. Yes.
C.
I've been on 65 cruises. 65 cruises.
How, in what time span period?
Since 2007.
65 cruises?
65 cruises.
Oh.
And I'm a big player. How you doing there? What see you?
Well, I see you.
I see you. I see you. I see you.
B. He said B.
C is the answer. So been on 65 cruises.
Wow.
I got one coming up in September. Make 66. And my biggest day in the stock market was $78,000. $78,000 my biggest gain. My biggest loss was about $36,000.
Good Lord.
So
Jesus Christ. I think I'd jump off, but I think I would go to the top of the ship and jump off the ship
sometimes
for 70-something, for $30,000.
Yeah, sometimes make you,
So one day you up, one day you down.
It can be that way sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I lost money today.
Well, cheers to you, brother. Thanks for coming on, my friend.
as I was ahead. Didn't sell.
Well, folks, like I said, we got a good show lined up for you today. And again, real quick, let me see here. Okay, come on, everybody, like and share the views. Like and share the views. I want to get at least to get 1,000 people on. 1,000 people on from the commercial break. We gotta take a quick commercial break, real quick. How can I cash out my money? Oh. Somebody's got a question for you, Steve.
No, they ask you. I can cash out their money.
Cash out their money
You
for
say cash out
what?
the money. Yeah.
What are you talking about? What you talking about? Cash out your money. What are you talking about? Don't do that. Sharks are real, Trip. Hey, I'd rather tangle with one of those sharks for $30,000 than to lose $30,000. I'll tell you that. That shark gonna have a fight on his hands.
Oh, it hurts every time.
I could believe it. But right now we got to pay a little bit of bills. We're gonna be right back after this quick station identification. Do not go anywhere, people. Come on, everybody! Like, oh, there we go. 781 people viewing. 781 people view. Share. There we go. Look, just jumped to 1,264. There we go. All right, we're going to get into this right after the commercial break. We'll be right back in just a second.
Experience and a perfected 100% American-made manufacturing process, Tallman Pools sets the standard for excellence in fiberglass pools, spas, and tanning ledges. That's right, our pools aren't just pools, they're works of art. Meticulously crafted to bring beauty, relaxation, and endless enjoyment to your backyard. And when it comes to quality, Tallman Pools doesn't cut corners. Ready to take the plunge? Contact Tallman Pools today at 770-478-2257 or shoot us an email at contactus@tallmanpools.com. Visit us at 8993 Tara Boulevard, Jonesboro, Georgia 30236. Tallman Pools, where luxury meets craftsmanship.
People, and we are back, and we have a call real quick. So hold on for 1 second. Ask a cop. You're on with Daryl and Steve. Go right ahead. Do what now?
This is Daryl. Mom, I'm trying to make some on the light show because I wasn't on last week and I don't want to last week or this week.
No, this is this week's. Are you seeing me live in a red and white shirt?
They talking about cash app?
Yeah, someone said something about a cash app. We don't know what that's about.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Bye. Mhm.
They talk on the light one. I need to ask.
Yep. Okay. Bye-bye. Mhm.
Oh, they said they answered the question. Not that time.
No, not that time you didn't. Get out of here. You did not. Okay. All right. So, everybody, Tallman Pools, big sponsor of the show, right off Tara Boulevard. They do all types of stuff with your pool. They manufacture them from scratch. So if you need something done in your pool, whatever, big supporter of Ask a Cop right there. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump into this thing because we got a very detailed curriculum for you because this is a very hot topic. If you are a sovereign citizen, or know someone, hey, how you doing, that is a sovereign citizen, this is for you, all right? If you're a police officer, EMT, judge, attorney, anything like that, this is for you because this is becoming a growing problem right here. So first, what I want to do is, like we do in all of our lesson plans, I want to explain to you what a sovereign citizen is, and I really want to get into this here, okay? What is a sovereign citizen? So go ahead to the next slide, producer. Here we go.
Welcome in, Kate.
A group of individuals who believe they are not bound by the laws of the land often find themselves in a tense standoff with the legal system. They claim that the government has no authority over them and that they are free to govern themselves. This belief system often leads to legal battles, as sovereign citizens refuse to comply with laws they deem unjust or unconstitutional. Sovereign citizens often employ unorthodox tactics when confronting the legal system. They might file frivolous lawsuits, claim sovereign immunity, or reject the authority of the court altogether. These tactics can be frustrating for judges and prosecutors, who view them as obstructionist and disrespectful. In response, courts often take a firm stance, imposing sanctions or even criminal charges on sovereign citizens who refuse to comply with court orders. One common tactic used by sovereign citizens is to challenge the jurisdiction of the court. They might claim that the court lacks the authority to hear their case, or that the judge is not a legitimate authority figure. This can lead to lengthy and complex legal battles, as sovereign citizens dig in their heels and refuse to back down. Courts, on the other hand, are often forced to take a patient and firm approach, educating sovereign citizens on the law and the consequences of noncompliance. Despite these challenges, sovereign citizens continue to push back against the legal system. They see themselves as heroes, fighting against a corrupt and oppressive government. Courts, on the other hand, view sovereign citizens as a threat to the rule of law
Okay,
and a
stop
danger
it for
to
just a
public
second.
safety.
Yes, sir.
One notable case is that of Terry.
Okay, they're talking about Terry Trussell. He was a nonviolent sovereign citizen. Oh boy, my bad. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. We're talking about Terry Trussell here. He was a nonviolent sovereign citizen who took on the legal system. The problem becomes, we're up to 6,825. Everybody like and share. Thank you so much. I love you guys. 6,825 streams right now. Thank you so much. He was one of the ones who decided to take it to court to fight it legally. What you're going to see as we move on, when you get sovereign citizens who refuse to get out of the car, who refuse to deal with the police, who refuse to give you ID when they're suspected of a crime, stuff like that, who refuse to acknowledge the judge and the laws of the United States, that's where it's going to become a problem. So right now, he's taking it the legal way, is what he's doing. Okay, go ahead, roll it real quick.
Terry Trussell, a sovereign citizen who took on the legal system in a series of high-profile court battles. Trussell, who claimed to be a free man on the land, refused to recognize the authority of the court and filed a series of lawsuits against judges and prosecutors. His arguments were often convoluted and based on arcane legal theories, but he remained undeterred, convinced that he was fighting for his freedom. Trussell's cases ultimately ended in defeat, but they illustrate the lengths to which sovereign citizens will go to assert their beliefs. His arguments were often rejected by the courts, but he remained convinced that he was right, and that the legal system was corrupt and oppressive. This tension between sovereign citizens and the legal system is a recurring theme, as both sides dig in their heels and refuse to back down. In one pivotal moment, Trussell faced off against a judge who had lost patience with his antics. The judge, frustrated by Trussell's repeated disruptions and refusal to comply with court orders, lashed out at him, warning him that he would face serious consequences if he continued to defy the court. Trussell, undeterred, continued to argue his case, convinced that he was fighting for his freedom. This confrontation illustrates the tension between sovereign citizen beliefs and legal realities, and highlights the challenges faced by courts in dealing with these cases. The legal battles waged by sovereign citizens are an ongoing struggle between individual beliefs and the rule of law. While sovereign citizens see themselves as heroes, fighting against an oppressive government, courts view them as a threat to public safety and the integrity of the legal system. As we navigate the complexities of this issue, it's clear that there are no easy answers, and that the struggle between sovereign citizens and the legal system will continue for years.
Okay. All right, so there's a bit about sovereign citizens. Believe me, guys, on this show, we drink, we smoke sticks, we have fun, but also we disseminate information to you also. And we're going to do it correctly, because I don't want nobody saying, well, Daryl Triplett and Steve Turner said such and such and such and such, and I done went out there and got fucked up.
That's what happened.
That's exactly what will happen. You're going to go out there and you're going to start claiming some stuff. You're going to get fucked up, and then you're going to be looking at us sideways. And then we're going to be looking back at you sideways saying, that is nowhere near what we said. And they're going to go back and roll the tape and find out that's true. So that's the reason why we have these informational sessions like this, is because, listen, we're going to have fun. We're going to have a freaking blast, but we're going to also disseminate the information right. So we're going to get into this here. So on this next video that we're about to see, we're not going to watch the whole 20-minute video of this here. This is a sheriff who was a warrant was taken out on the sheriff.
On sheriff?
Yes. In the sovereign citizen world.
Oh wow.
Okay, producer, I'm going to control this next slide just a second because I want to skip right through this because I want to get to the meat and potatoes of this, because then we have something that's hot after this too, is how do you handle complaints against an officer? Okay. Can I know your names? My name is Daryl Triplett. This is Steve Turner right here. This is Steve. So we happy that you joining in with us. Everybody like and share the live. We're up to 4,897 people. All right. So I'm going to share this next slide. This is Sheriff of Polk County, and he is going to explain to you a bit more what's going on.
Sheriff Judd.
Judd.
An arrest warrant for me. An arrest warrant.
All right, I'm going to skip this a little bit.
She said, I know Kyron Caples, C-A-P-L-E-S. Kyron Caples is my son. He went to Fresno State after 3 years of college and in studying business. He left. He apparently was radicalized while he was at Fresno State. She said, I raised him as a Christian boy. He was a good man. We found that he didn't have a criminal
Okay, let me bring
history.
you guys up to speed just a little bit here on this. So this gentleman that he's holding a picture up of shot two of his deputies because he's claiming sovereign citizen, right? He didn't want to give them, they went up to him. He was in a park. They asked him for his ID. He was in a vehicle. They asked him for that, and he produced a gun. He shot first deputy, point blank range, and he turned and shot another deputy. And then about that time, they had returned fire on him and ended up killing him. Okay, so they ended up killing this cat here that's claiming to be sovereign citizen. So what Sheriff of Polk County is doing is explaining to you the reason why the deputies had to defend themselves and all this other good stuff.
He had a suspended driver's license. So the person that his mother knew and loved, and she'd not seen him in 3 years since he left California, that's where she lives, until we got that fateful call, she had talked to him and had communicated with him and had on occasion sent him money when he needed help. But she says she doesn't know who this K-Mac
So
L-Betty is.
a lot of times what they'll do is they'll change your name to a sovereign citizen name. That's what he did, K-Back, L-Back, or whatever his name is, and he changed his name.
You know, a lot of times they don't see themselves as the person, but the living being.
Right.
So they have a different, I am Stephen, the guy in the body, but Stephen Turner is the out of the body specimen in court.
Right.
So
Right.
it's a lot of things that takes a lot for you to understand, if you want to understand, of course.
Well, like I said, and the parents of this guy, the mother of this guy, she wants to apologize to the deputies who did make it through the shootings. They're recovering, and was like, I don't even know who this new person is. This dude has lost his mind. He went to college. He got recruited by a group of sovereign citizens. Hey, we're good. We're good. Thank you for tuning in. Everybody share the channel. Share the channel. He got recruited by a group of citizens, not senior citizens, sovereign citizens. And I don't know who this guy is. And that's what the mother is saying.
But that's who he goes by now. Here's his identification card, his Moorish identification card. He's a sovereign citizen. The Moorish rejects federal, state, and local law. They don't have to obey it. They're extremist. They're anti-government. They have a potential for violence toward law enforcement. And I will hearken you back, and those of you who have been reporters around here for a while, remember in 2017, on the I-4 corridor, 3 police officers were shot and killed. A sergeant with the Orlando Police Department, a sergeant with the Kissimmee Police Department, and on that same day, an officer with the Kissimmee Police Department. They were shot by two separate Moorish people, all in 2017. And now let's fast forward to 2024, and KMAC tried to murder two of my police officers. Tried, and that would have been the end of it. Probably not even a citation for being in the park after dark. He was not who we were looking for. We were looking for teenagers that were running through neighborhoods at night flipping door handles.
So to give a little bit of context to what he's saying is that this dude was in the park after the park was closed. The deputies were looking for teenagers going around shaking door handles and running away and knocking on doors, running away and stuff like that. He wasn't even the guy they were looking for. They just noticed him sitting in the park after the park was closed. And that's how this all even started.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So a lot of the times you're going to bring this on yourself.
A target. He was not a problem until he made himself a problem. And I think that's what shocks his mother and quite frankly shocks all of us, because up to this point, we see no evidence that he was violent, but we saw lots of evidence that he was capable of being violent. And we also know that his radicalization has increased over the last 3 years based on his conduct, his ID card showing that he's a Moorish person. So why he decided to murder, we don't know, but we know that's not unusual when you look at the history just here on the I-4 corridor. And if you search up, you'll see that these folks that are Moorish and some of these other citizens, as they call themselves, have been violent toward law enforcement.
Sure, I knew, as you said, you don't want to publicize for sovereign citizens, but can you give us a better idea of how prevalent of an issue this is for your agency?
Well, there are sovereign citizens in every county, in every state in this nation. Now, how many? We don't know. We run into them periodically, and usually it's on a traffic stop because they don't have a tag on their car. So you stop them to say, where's the tag on your car? They roll the window down about this far. And we say, wait, may we see your driver's license? I'm not showing you anything. And then they give you a quote like, I am not subservient to the laws of the United States or the state of Florida. You have no right to stop me and interfere with me. I'm a free man or a free woman. And they go into all this nonsense. And
now, Lucy's absolutely right. She said these people are so dangerous. Now, listen, let me tell you something. They can be dangerous. I'm not going to say that all sovereign citizens are dangerous. I'm not going to say that. But from what we see, when it goes left to center, it goes left to center.
Yeah, always. And it's usually when it doesn't, it's because the officer is a little bit more calm and collected. Usually when things go out the window, it's an officer that really doesn't have time for the nonsense. One that's quickly to react and say, hey, listen, you're violating the laws of my land that I understand, you're going to jail.
Right.
So.
Right. And that's where it gets out of control real quick, real quick. So you got to understand, if you're a sovereign citizen or not, once you come to the United States or you're born here in the United States, you have to follow our laws. You can't just make this shit up as you go. If we could make it up as we go, then one day I think I just may want to go rob banks. Mm-hmm. One day I think I don't want to rob banks no more. I think I want to just anything.
But the part I think is funny, man, is like you also have these people, and don't get me wrong, they could be 100% accurate, right? Talk about the IRS and how the IRS code is not supposed to charge us taxes. Well, guess what? Every person that hasn't paid their taxes have gone to jail. So
That's right.
I'm not willing to try to not pay my taxes because I want to beat the law. Right. So you could be that person. Somebody else could be that person, but I'm not going to be that person because I've seen way too many people go to jail and get convicted. It seems like when it gets down to the court time and time to go to jail, they're sitting in jail.
Right.
Nobody's saving them. The law is not even saving them. So, these sovereign citizens may have something, but personally, I haven't seen any of them get off. So
no, they don't get off because it's really simple. Is that the laws of our land, like the state of Georgia, is written out very, very clearly what you can, what you can't do, whether it comes to use of force, whether it comes to driving on the road, whether it comes to having insurance, whether it comes to having a vehicle registration, a tag, or whatever. It's in the law, written out very crystal clear. Thou shalt do this. If you don't, thou will succumb to this and pay this, or blah 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 blah, or sit your ass in jail for this, that, or the other. So you don't get to say, because all of a sudden you're claimed to be sovereign citizen when you was just Tyrone Jenkins last week. Now you're a sovereign citizen, and now all of a sudden none of these laws apply to me.
I think it's becoming TikTok cool, and that's why they do it. It's kind of like the little youngins that were stealing the Kias or trying to steal the Kias because they watched it on TikTok but didn't know how to figure it out.
Do what now?
Tearing up people's cars.
They were trying to do what?
Taking the steering columns off the Kias.
Oh, the Kias, yeah.
Learning on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's like, these guys just want to do what they see, but they don't fully understand what they're doing, only to get themselves hemmed up and put in jail.
That's right.
Don't be those people.
No.
Like Lucy said, sovereign citizens or more, which
Pull it
ones
up.
are worse? Our last comment.
Lucy said, sovereign citizens or Moors, which ones are worse? Well, do you know a lot about the Moors?
I think they're somewhat the same. I just think one has basically created documents and created things to make them seem like
legitimate.
Yeah, more legitimate than what a person just, because most people don't want to call themselves a sovereign citizen, right? They much rather call themselves something else, like a Moor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think people put together like Moors ID cards and things of that nature just to show that this is what I am versus what you want to call me, which is the sovereign citizen. Of course, most police officers are going to say sovereign citizen. This person's going to say, well, I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm a Moor.
Right.
So I think it's one and the same. I don't think there's any truly different. Any difference.
Pull up Vanessa's, because she just helped us answer that also. So Vanessa says sovereign citizens and the Moors have similar ideologies, which I sort of thought that.
Correct.
Right. But here's the thing: is that I've said this from day one on the show. I've said this from day one in law enforcement, and I will continue to say this. Period. Point blank. Either you want law and order or you don't.
That's it. Yeah.
Either you want law and order or you don't. Because if you want law and order, what did Lucy say? Pull that up also. Read that to me, producer. What did that say?
But Safe Light Window Repair Company loves sovereign citizens.
That's because we're always busting the windows out. I'll tell you, listen, let me tell you something. My people on here, they love us. They love us on here, man. They always Joshua with us, man. You are funny as hell, Lucy. You're right. Safe Light Repair, right. Safe Light Replay.
Business.
But let me tell you this. You either want law and order or you don't. If you don't want law and order, then get ready to be sleeping with a gun under your pillow and all that other good stuff, because people just be breaking in your house, raping your wives, taking your kids, robbing banks, all this other stuff, right? If you want law and order, you got to know that we got to follow by the law and order. Nobody's above the law. Not police officers, not judges, not prosecutors, attorneys, none of it. pastors, no one's above the law. We've got to start looking at things fair and equal to everybody. Now, I believe your beliefs. If a man can believe that he's a woman, okay, yes, we going there.
Right. You gotta preach it.
Okay, yes, we going there. All right. If a man can believe in his heart and his soul, to the deep core of his soul, that he's a woman, then I guess a man can believe he's a sovereign citizen. Now, does that make it right? I'll leave that to my audience to answer. I'll leave that to my audience to answer. Y'all never kiss my ass. Y'all never kiss my black ass. But I believe that everyone has a right to their own thing. If you are a man and think you're a woman, then that's you. If you're a woman, think you're a man, that's you. God bless you. If you're a sovereign citizen and follow the laws of the land and follow what our Constitution says, then God bless you. You can be any damn thing you want to be. But what you can't do is go out here driving no insurance and hit me, who's not a sovereign citizen, and don't have no damn insurance. How the hell is that fair to me?
Right. How's it fair to the people that you crash into?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Right.
A lot of laws are not made just for you.
Right. This is not just about it. And I think that's the thing with the sovereign citizens. I really do. All right. I think it's just about them. It's about me. I'm not a driving officer. I'm traveling. What?
Right.
Come on. You sound like a ridiculous fool in my book. Right. So if we all just stop the nonsense, we wouldn't have these deadly encounters like we're about to see. Okay. And the officers that got shot, I don't wish death on anybody, but thank God those officers are all right. And thank God they neutralized the problem without getting themselves killed. Because everything, just like Sheriff Polk says, that happened to this young man, he bought it on himself. At any given time, you did not have to produce a gun. You did not have to shoot any of these officers, and you wouldn't have got your damn wig peeled back. Now, that's just that.
I say, what about Jeff? Jeff is out sick.
Jeff is out sick. Who said that?
Right. Gallagher.
Gallagher! Yes, your boy is out sick today. He's under the weather. Like I said, he's probably laying on the beach right now, drinking some Wooford and smoking a stick, and probably be just sick. But yeah, he's out sick, and he sends his love to everybody. He misses you guys. He wanted to be here, but he'll be back next week. So he's out playing hooky somewhere. Okay, so now Pope finishes discussing this, and he says this guy got basically what he deserved. And he said the mother was really nice. Sovereign citizens, pull up Lucy one more again. What does Lucy say? What does that say? Sovereign citizens is just a group of people who just don't want to pay for anything. And it's so not working out for them. That is very true. That is true. Because think about it. You don't want to pay for your tax. You don't want to pay your Avalon tax. You don't want to pay your insurance. You don't want to pay your driver's license. You don't want to pay any court costs or anything like that. You don't want to pay your fine. You don't want to do anything. So, Lucy, I feel you on that. Again,
pay for anything.
Again, when you're talking about sovereign citizens, this is something that some of these mother lovers are willing to die for.
And
now,
one thing that I understand, that I've understood from a lot of these situations and videos, is that most of the time when you see an officer letting them go, it's not in the favor of the guy saying he's sovereign citizen. It's in the favor of an officer who just didn't want to deal with the nonsense. Let somebody else deal with it. Now, can that also be pretty dangerous? Absolutely. You just let this guy go that you knew didn't have insurance, you don't have a license, and you marked yourself as being out with this person and stopping this person. So technically, officers sometimes, man, they just get so frustrated that it's something that could technically get them in trouble if that guy was to go up the street and hit somebody. But it's such a frustrating situation where they don't want to be involved in lawsuits or being tied up legally, any of this stuff. So they end up just ignoring these guys or letting them go, and they think that they won something when the officers let them go. But what they don't understand is they did you a favor. Like they let you go to do you a favor, not because you were saying the right things to them.
Right.
And it's just so crazy, man.
Right. And that's a good point. A lot of officers are like, we're getting so many questions popped up. But a lot of officers are like, listen, I've got personal problems of my own. Now that doesn't excuse him for not doing his job. Because in this job, I think everybody knows you're sort of damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Right.
All right. I like these guys. Thank you. We like you too. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you do. If you give a guy a break, he goes around the corner and hits a family of 5 coming home from Sunday morning church head on, you're it.
Mm-hmm.
If you end up shooting and having to kill this guy, then tag you're it.
I like what Miss Malcolm just said.
Pull Miss Malcolm up.
I want to comment on that one.
What is that? I can't see it. Okay, let's see it. Okay, what does it say?
Yeah, they don't want to show their receipts at Walmart, those sovereign citizens. All right, hold your horses now. I'm no sovereign citizen now. I will not show you my darn receipt at Walmart. I'm one of them guys.
Why?
Let me tell you why. Because if my stuff is bagged, it's just like me going to the counter and standing up to pay for my food. I'm not giving you a tip. If I walk out this door with my bag, my stuff in the bags, I'm not showing you my darn receipt.
Why not?
Because it's bagged. I don't have to.
Okay, so what happens if you stole it and you just went and got a bag? So you're saying that we just let everybody go?
Nope, not saying that. If you got somebody with a big old TV and it's out of the bag, you got somebody with a whole bunch of stuff that's not bagged, I'm like, hey, ask him for the receipt. Yeah, let's say we don't see Jeff.
He's much better looking than Jeff. Jeff is.
He's coming
Jeff
back.
is
I'm
sick.
sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
They're going in on you. I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. Jeff's got some fans out there. So listen, I believe this here. I believe that, I don't know where I remember this from. I remember someone telling me you could drive a car with your feet. That don't make it a good idea, right? And I'm saying this here. If I'm in Walmart, which I go to, and if they ask me for a receipt, I am happy. It takes 2 seconds. Go, here you go. 9 out of 10 times, they're not even really looking at the receipt. They just want to know. But Mr. Difficult over here, just wants a challenge.
I've gotten better. I feel like if you treat me good at the door, I'm going to treat you good.
God almighty.
I had one guy, he was like, show me your receipt. I said, I'm not showing you nothing. If you're going to demand that I do it, you ain't getting nothing.
But there's a way that we do it.
Yeah.
There's a way that
It's
you can do
way.
it. Just like with officers, there's a way when you walk up to a car, you don't just go, hey, boy, I pulled, give me your driver's license, registration, boy. You see what I'm saying? There's a way that you talk to people.
I've had it happen.
And that's right. Absolutely. And then and to reciprocate that back to you, that driver should not be like, what the fuck you stopped me for? you know what I'm saying?
I'm a motherfucking sovereign citizen.
Right. I'm a motherfucking sovereign citizen. Yeah. So I will tell you this here: respect goes both ways equally.
All right, Lucy. We see you in there getting hot over there.
Lucy, what she say? What she say?
I'll frisk you.
Lucy said, "Pull it out." I'll frisk you. Hey. So listen. So what we're gonna do now? Okay. So Polk is was very concerned, and by the way, one of the deputies was black, one of the deputies was white that got shot, and he's furious about this sovereign citizen, rightfully so, who shot 2 of his deputies. And he said, "You're damn right, we obliged him." Now he's got a very nice mother, and his mother's very nice, and we love his mother. But doggone it, you shoot my deputies, we're gonna have a problem.
And he's the worst sheriff you can come up against.
I know.
Against his people.
Yep.
Because he's gonna tell you like it is.
He's gonna tell you like it is, and he's gonna lay out the facts for you. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Go. Let's see. What's our next slide there? Let's go ahead and take one more other quick station identification. Right now, people, we're at 6,569 streams. Share it. Share those streams, people. Like and subscribe to the channel. You just go to Ask a Cop on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. That way, thank you. We're going to keep it up if they don't cancel our asses. If they don't cancel us, we're going to keep it up. But right now, we got to pay a little bit of bills here. We got to take a quick station identification. We're going to be right back in 30 seconds.
Experience and a perfected 100% American-made manufacturing process, Tallman Pool sets the standard for excellence in fiberglass pools, spas, and tanning ledges. That's right, our pools aren't just pools, they're works of art, meticulously crafted to bring beauty, relaxation, and endless enjoyment to your backyard. And when it comes to quality, Tallman Pools doesn't cut corners. Ready to take the plunge? Contact Tallman Pools today at 770-478-2257 or shoot us an email at contactus@tallmanpools.com. Visit us at 8993 Tara Boulevard, Jonesboro, Georgia 30236. Tallman Pools, where luxury meets craftsmanship.
Okay, people, we are back. Give them that link there. We are back live. We are talking about sovereign citizens. Then after this, we're going to get into handling complaints against officers. A lot of us have complaints against officers, rightfully so. We're going to get into that, how you do it without getting in trouble. But right now, as far as the sovereign citizens go, okay, let's go ahead and hit our next slide up real quick, guys. We got to get through this. We're going to go through this rather quickly, so we're going to get through this. Okay, all right, I'll take the first one here. Daily sovereign citizens, interactions, and handling complaints against police officers. Go to the next slide. Okay, understanding and responding to sovereign citizens and the challenges, tactical responses, and the legal considerations. Go to the next slide. Okay, you want to take this or you want me to take it?
I got it. So,
Okay.
Understanding sovereign citizen. Explore the origins, belief, and motivations of the sovereign citizen movement. And it says the origin comes out of 1970s, rooted in an anti-government ideology, right? We already know that they are against anything that involves government. Their beliefs rejects government authority, particularly in legal and financial matters. Obviously, they want to give up their money, and they don't care to understand or hear out your legal beliefs or what the law says as written.
That's what Lucy just said. They don't want to pay anything.
They don't care to hear it. They want to show it as they have read it and understood it, right? Motivations, it says, driven by a desire for personal sovereignty, often fueled by conspiracy theories. And this is where, like I said earlier about TikTok, people are just watching TikTok videos and they run with it. I don't have to roll my window down. I don't have to step out the car. Don't do that. Don't get yourself in that trouble.
That's right.
The Supreme Court has ruled several times.
Yep.
Don't do that.
We have given classes on that also for our followers who followed us for these segments and stuff like that. You know what you can and what you can't do. That's part of the thing. Can an officer legally actually step out of a car? Does he have a legal right to pull you over? Okay, go ahead.
And then the challenges, it says unique legal and tactical difficulties for law enforcement. Obviously, because most law enforcement doesn't understand. They're kind of like a deer in headlights. They're like, what in the world did I just encounter? Like, how did I get to this point where this guy is showing me some papers that I've never seen in my life? I didn't learn it at the police academy. I never heard of it from my FTO.
Right.
How did I get here? And so it's one of the things where they don't understand. All right.
Number 2, tactical response to sovereign citizens. Now, these are for my officers, security officers, police officers, sheriff, deputy, stuff like that. Because like what Steve said, a lot of times we have never even encountered a sovereign citizen, let alone know how to handle one.
Right.
You know, we're just making it through our shifts, truth be told, without getting written up. All right, best practices for safety, for safely managing encounters. First off, always, when feasibly possible, de-escalation. Use calm, clear communication to reduce tension. Now, do we have to do de-escalation if someone's pointing a gun at us? Hell no. Don't be stupid, okay? So I hear all these people say when there's an officer involved shooting, and they say, well, the officer he had a gun, but the officer didn't even use no de-escalation tactics. Well, I don't have to use any de-escalation tactics. I'm not going to sit there and get my ass shot off trying to use some de-escalation tactics. Okay? So we got to use reasonable judgment here, people. Tactical considerations. Always be prepared for the unexpected in resistance or violence. That's a high thing right now with sovereign citizens. You see the guns that this guy was carrying that shot these two deputies. Okay? You see the guns they were carrying. All right? So they're carrying weapons out here, fully automatic weapons. All right? So it's very, very, very serious. It's a very serious matter. Every time I deal with a sovereign citizen now, my ears are perked up, my eyes are perked up, and it's a very serious matter because I know that they have a propensity for violence and carrying guns. Back up. Okay, this is where, okay, no, macho man. I'm here to save the day. I'm macho man. No, okay? Don't do that again. Here to save the day. I'm macho man. Right, dun, 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 I can stop bullets. Right? Negative, red hot negative, people. All right, call for backup. Okay, call for backup. That had nothing to do with you being macho. Get some other officers in there in case shit, or it goes to bad to shit real quick. It don't take nothing but 2 seconds for someone to pull a gun out and start blazing. Ensure availability of backup during these interactions. I get someone that's either a passive resistant sovereign citizen or a strict resistive sovereign citizen. I'm calling for backup. You call me all the bad names you want. I don't care.
And I'm pretty tough. I
don't care. I'm gonna go home at night, and that's the main job of every person in uniform is to make it back home to their loved ones. Documentation. This is important one. We talked about this also. Y'all gonna learn to start listening to me. Documentation. Record interactions for legal and training purposes. See, when the body cameras came out, all the officers got pissed off. Oh, they don't trust us. Oh, they don't this, all of that. I said, let me tell you something, bro. If I got to shoot someone, I'm going to shoot them the same way with the body camera or without a body camera on. Yeah. If you got to get hit in the face, you're going to get hit in the face with the body camera on or with the body camera off because I'm going to treat everybody equally and pragmatically like I would do everybody else, whether I'm on camera or not.
And it's funny because a lot of these officers that we know today didn't come into the era until after body cameras existed. But me and Triplet came into the law enforcement world before body cameras existed. And the one thing I did for myself was to get an audio recorder. I used to slide that bad boy in my pocket and I would record every transaction, every interaction that I had as a police officer. I didn't want to hear anything else from it. Every time somebody's voice started rolling, it was on my recorder.
That's right.
Not playing games.
And in the state of Georgia, it's legal for one person to record, right? It's legal for one person to record. That'd be me. All right. And that's the same thing that's the reason why I say we had a thing of can you record officers last week? Can you cell phone record? Absolutely. You have a right to record an officer. All right. So number 3.
All right. Number 3. So examining the complexities when officers use deadly force. Number 1, legal complexity, right? Navigating the intricacies of justifiable use of force. Now, what does that mean? It's just big old words to say, understanding. Well, technically, it's a complex area, period, when it boils down to use of force and use of deadly force. But you need to understand that dealing with these sovereign citizens and dealing with what led up to this, use of deadly force, which I think you said you're going to show that video of the white van, or you may not have time.
I don't know. We'll see.
But it was something that you guys would have saw earlier that was flashing across the screen when they were talking about sovereign citizens, where a father and son jumps out the car and shoots and kills 3 officers. That's what the sheriff was talking about. Mm-hmm. And, no one could have known or imagined that that's what them guys had planned. And so when we talk about the complexities, a lot of officers stop right there and they think about the legal aspects of it before they actually do their job. And this is another problem with sovereign citizens, is because they're thinking about what's going to happen to me before actually taking action. And sometimes that little pause in judgment can cause so many problems. It says technically, so what do you do?
Bring that up. Bring up Malcolm, please.
If the officer gets offended because you're recording, ignore him.
Yeah.
Just don't put it in his face.
Right.
Don't put it in her face.
Right.
Bring
Yes.
it back here. So look, officer, I understand you may be upset by it. I understand this, that, and the other, but I'm going to keep my distance. But I'm going to keep recording.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to stop recording.
Absolutely.
And if they tell you, oh, I got one here, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
Right? Yours disappeared, mine don't, is what I hear a lot. Right? You can use the same words. But realistically, I just want to say anything. Hey, officer, I'm not going to stop recording. That's just the end of the story. If they tell you stop recording, the question you should ask them is why? Why do I have to stop recording something that's absolutely illegal for me to do?
Mm-hmm.
All right, defenses. Common legal defenses used by officers in deadly force cases, right? Again, comes down to a lot of different things in this, especially involving sovereign citizens, man. You know, the problem here is you can end up like Deputy Sean that just shot Sonia Massey, saying that he believed that she was going to kill him because she rebuked him. But in her mind, I was rebuking you because you said I was going to throw hot water on you. So, you know, their feeling versus your feeling, most officers, and if you're watching, if you're an officer, you got to understand that this, what you hear a lot of sovereign citizens, a lot of First Amendment auditors, and a lot of other people say, you are not the feelings police. You are a law enforcement police. You're a law enforcement officer. So if you stick to that mindset, you should not have any issues. Prosecutorial challenges faced by the prosecutors in these cases. What I've seen in a lot of court cases here recently is that they are so confused that the judge just says it's dismissed. And so again, these people walk out of court thinking, oh, I won something. I told you guys this will work. The judge just don't have time for it. And so you're going to keep filing all these legal filings. They're going to keep seeing you. And it's just a circle until they come to a head with it. And a lot of times the prosecutors don't know where to turn with stuff, left or right. Because remember, just like a doctor is practicing medicine, lawyers or prosecutors are practicing law, right? They don't know everything. If they find something new that comes up in a case, they're going to deal with it then. They got to look up case law. They got to look up this, got to look up that. And if they're fine to be stuck, then yeah, it's going to baffle some people.
So there is legislation being put forth now to where it makes it criminal for them to go down and file liens against officers, judges, attorneys, people of the government and stuff like that. They're trying to get national legislation passed now where it is illegal for these guys to do that. Because under our justice system right now, they could go down and slap a lien on me for something that I did on duty, and then now I've got to fight to get that lien off. They can do it. They've done it to judges. They've done it to sheriffs. They've done it. You know, they're just paper hacking us to death.
And they're teaching it.
Right, and they're teaching it to other people. So you're gonna know just enough to get yourself in a 5x5 jail cell or 10x10 jail cell, and a lot of legal troubles if you're not careful on what you're doing when it comes to sovereign citizens. All right. So it affects everybody. So the reason why we're giving this is it affects everybody. Okay.
Lastly, impact, consequences on law enforcement practices and public perception. Like I said, they get to court and things may be dismissed and found one way or the other. And so they think they've won something. And so they get on TikTok, get on YouTube, get on all the social media platforms showing their dismissal. Look, this is what I tried to tell you guys.
Look how I punked this cop.
Right. And in reality, it was tossed because of the complications more than anything. Right. And so, yes, I can complicate my way through paperwork. Look at people that are stealing people's houses by going in and filing fake deeds, right? The courts are allowing this to happen because they had no law that prevented it. So, of course, these things can happen even though you have just illegally stolen my house, right? You have illegally taken what's mine and say it's yours now.
That's just nothing to say.
That's crazy, the amount of people that go in and do this stuff. So and then you have to fight it. It can be arrested.
It is yours.
Your own house.
Thank you. Who's that? Bella? Thank you for subscribing. I seen we had London in the house. Thank you, London.
Canada.
Canada in the house. Thank you, Canada. We love you guys. Thank you for joining. We are up to 7,375 streams right now. Everybody like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, please. That's how we keep going. Everybody subscribe to the channel right now. Go to the YouTube. Subscribe to the channel right now, please. Number 4, training law enforcement on sovereign citizens. Now I'm gonna start going through this a little bit faster because we've got some pages to cover through here, and I want to give you guys, I'm going to be fair, give you guys all the time. The importance of specialized training, recognizing sovereign citizens, identifying key behaviors and languages. We talked about that. Scenario-based training, officers train, practice, train, makes perfect. So when you're on the streets, you know what to deal with and know what happens. Prepare your officer for real-world encounters. Legal education, understand the legal landscapes of these governing issues. Continuous education, ongoing training to adapt to evolving threats. Okay, different type of weaponry that they're carrying. A lot of these guys, they're carrying guns and stuff like that. So we've got to stay up to date on training. The case studies in deadly force. The case studies of deadly encounters. Now, these videos that we provided you. Go on to the next slide. If that's it. Okay. No, leave it right there. If you want this link to be able to see the Jerry and Joe King incident, we provided you that link there. Okay, these are lengthy videos, and I didn't want to edit them and let you guys miss a part that may not have been important to me, but may have been important to you. But I want to provide the link to you where you can go and do your own research, and it gives an overview of the case, and we'll read the overview of the case. This case involves Jerry and Joe King, a father and son duo who were involved in a deadly shootout with law enforcement officers in West Memphis, Arkansas. The incident highlights the extreme dangers posed by sovereign citizens and the challenges law enforcement faces when dealing with individuals who reject government authority. We are not in the business of backing down. We are in the business of law enforcement, right? So yes, you may encounter that officer that says, you know what, I just don't feel like this today. But on the other hand, you may encounter that officer that says, oh, I feel like this today. Yeah, we're going to enforce this law. I don't care how minute it is. Yeah, you're not getting away with this. Period, point blank. You can't be mad at that man for doing his job. All right, the key is we got to do our job. What did Lucy say? I can't see that.
I was just telling him press the like button.
Oh, yes. Yeah, press that like button, please.
She said she's from Texas.
Texas. God. They say everything's bigger in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lucy.
Okay,
all right.
Lucy.
All right, so I'll let you take the next one.
All right, case 2 was a standoff with Robert LaBoy Finicum. The link is provided up there that you got. Oh, you're on number 6. You skip 1.
No, he's right.
Oh, 6? This is another case study. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. You should be on, right there.
Okay, I'm going to go this one. All right. Sorry, overview of Georgia law, OCGA, and
oh, shoot. Hold on. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
No, go back to case study 2.
That's what I thought.
My bad.
Okay.
Yep, my bad. Okay.
All right. Here we go. Again, case study 2 is a standoff with Robert LaBoy Finicum. Link is provided for you there. Overview of what happened in this case. It examines the standoff involving Robert LaBoy Finicum, a sovereign citizen and part of the Malheur National, is it Malheur?
Malheur.
National Wildlife Refuge occupation in Oregon. Finicum's fatal encounter with law enforcement highlights the complexities and challenges of dealing with armed sovereign citizens who are determined to resist government intervention. So I'm pretty sure that was a pretty wild one.
Yeah, it was a wild one. Yeah. I can tell you another case that everybody's familiar with was Waco.
Yeah, Waco, Texas.
Waco, Texas. That was sovereign citizens right there.
Yep.
Okay.
Big old coat.
Yep. Okay, number 6. Let's get into understanding the relevance of the laws in Georgia. Deadly force, OCGA 16-321. Justification for the use of force in defense of self or others. Law enforcement, OCGA 17-4-20. use of deadly force by law enforcement officers. One's for civilians and general practice, other ones for cops. Sovereign citizens, no specific laws, but related cases often resisting arrest, false claims, etc. We're going to get into false claims in the next couple of slides here. Legal strategies, how officers can navigate legal challenges posed by sovereign citizens. Okay, next is...
It's just one sentence. All right, let's talk about understanding your rights and the process. Move on.
Found the complaints against the...
Yep. Against police officer.
Yeah, now this is a good one, guys. This is a good one. I want everybody to listen up for this. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. This is a good one coming up. Okay, you meet this asshole cop. All right, you being cool. All right, you ain't cussed him out yet because you want to, because he's being a dick, right? So you playing it cool. Now he done gave you the little ticket. You done went on about your way, but you boiling damn hot mad. How do you file a damn complaint? All right, that's what you do. File a damn complaint. If he's right, then he's right. If he's wrong, then he gonna get dealt with. File a damn complaint. Don't argue with him. Don't argue. You don't gotta argue. Just file a damn complaint. All right. File complaints against the police officer. All right. Understanding. Okay, you're right. Okay, you did that. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it says, what if I decide to give false reports or accusations against police officers? When we talk about filing complaints, let's just start from there, right? Filing a complaint is as simple as going into the police department and saying, hey, I'm here to file a complaint. Several different police departments have several different ways of how to file complaints. We found out recently through Henry County, they don't allow you to file straight with internal affairs. You got to go to the sergeant of the officer first.
Right.
If that doesn't work out, then they transfer you to IA, and it's a process. Most police departments, you can get a complaint form, fill out the complaint form, turn it into proper people, and then they will take your complaint, which is normally Office of Professional Standards or Internal Affairs. And it goes from there. Now, this slide talks about the things that can happen if you're not being honest in your complaint, and things that could potentially happen to you.
I had that happen to me. My wife, my mother-in-law, myself was at a restaurant. My wife and mother-in-law ordered a drink. I was going to court that day. They ordered some drinks. I ordered a taco. All right. You know, fat boy likes tacos. And while in there, we were seated. A guy that I wrote a ticket to came in, seen me, recognized me because I was in uniform, and went down to the police department and filed a complaint. Said I was in a bar drinking, and it wasn't a bar; it was a Mexican restaurant. Said I was in there drinking, getting drunk, and then going to court. So he went out to Internal Affairs, and Internal Affairs called me in. They put me on a breathalyzer thing and stuff like that. Said, okay, fine. Had a guy fill out a statement. He filled out a statement, said he's seen Officer Triplett time in there drinking and ordering drinks with two black women. He's seen it with his own eyes. He's seen me drinking. I said, oh, really? And Internal Affairs was like, is that the story you want? Yes, sir. Y'all just taking up for him. Y'all just blocking like y'all always do for him, for the police. They said, okay, fine. Fill out this statement. Went over there. He filled out the statement, turned it into IA. They went down there, pulled the video from the restaurant, seeing where I was not drinking, seeing where my mother-in-law and my wife was drinking. And you know what we did?
Locked his butt up.
You damn right. 1610, or what is that?
Yeah,
1610-20.
Mm-hmm.
Swearing out false statements. So don't do it. Don't do it.
And I believe, and I can't state this factually because I haven't been to every police department in Georgia, but every police department I've received a complaint form from says on there a false statement affidavit that you promise not to be giving us false statements or telling lies about this officer that you about to put a complaint in on. And so it's your job to make sure that you're doing this right. And that's the thing Lucy said. Another important thing, if you could pin her comment. Lucy. It says the side of the road is not the place to argue a ticket. That's why we have judges. Absolutely. Let me tell you something. If it's an officer that's determined to give you this ticket or determined that he is correct, you are not going to win it on the side of the road. Don't even argue it. Stating your claim is one thing. Arguing is another. Sir, I'm sorry. I had my seatbelt on the whole time. I have it on video right here. That's stating your claim. You stupid mother! You pulled me over for seatbelt ticket. No, I have my goddamn seat. You can't. It's just two different ways to handle things. You can be calm and collective. I don't know.
What is wrong with this dude? I've never heard this dude cuss in 24 years. He gets on Ask a Cop show and he's letting it rip. What the heck is going on here? 24 years. I've never heard this man cuss before in my life. Oh, God. Jesus. Okay. She's driving you crazy.
Driving me crazy.
Okay. 16, 10, 20. Don't lie. All right, people, listen. If the officer's wrong, then state the truth. But be understanding, if you lie, there's consequences for it. It means a trip to jail. All right. Okay, go ahead.
Yep, 16, 10, 25, giving false name, address, and birth date to law enforcement. This doesn't technically apply to a complaint. It applies when we're talking about situations like you are under arrest or detained for a legal purpose, right? Those things would apply. Most time for a complaint, unless they have come and found it that you have given just a totally false complaint, they will use this against you. False name, false this, false that, right? So just understand 16-10-25 reads that the statute makes it a misdemeanor to give false name, address, and date of birth to a law enforcement officer with the intent to mislead the officer while they're performing their official duties. So again, if you're going to go in and complain on the officer and then you know your statement was wrong and you know the information that you're giving is wrong, you could be tapped on both ends.
Have your shit together.
That's it.
All right, have your shit together. Okay, essential steps in filing a complaint against an officer. Okay, gather evidence, collect any relevant documents, photos, videos. We got something we got to bring up?
She's asking about the First Amendment auditors.
Lucy, bring up Lucy. What does that say?
So have y'all had those don't call them jerks, First Amendment auditors, notorious for filing false complaints?
Yes, and I'm going to call him a jerk. I'm sorry. I'm with Lucy. I'm going to call him a jerk. Because, we've dealt with that in my career. And the best thing that I do, Lucy, is I follow the law and give them what the law requires us to give them. Open Freedom of Information Act, Open Information Act. I direct them to our public relations officers, and they're happy to give you anything that you want within the law. If they're standing on government property, then that's exactly what that is. You know, they could be, a lot of times they'll go outside of a government building and just start filming the building and waiting on the police to be called, right? They're just trying to egg you on, okay? And a lot of cops will go out there and beat their chest and you can't be filming our building. Well, first off, it's not your building, it's taxpayers' building, and I'm on public property and I can film if I want to. So I don't even subject myself to that. When they're filming, you know what I do? I act like I don't even see the camera. Because that's all they want is a reaction from you. And when you don't give them a reaction, guess what? They don't have a leg to stand on. Well, I'm filming your patrol cars. Okay. First off, they're not my patrol cars.
Right.
I detach my personal self from it.
Right.
These patrol cars belong to the city.
Belongs to you, the city,
right.
and the county.
So if you want to film them, knock yourself out. Now, there may be, as long as they are not trespassing in any way. So a lot of times where our patrol cars are parked, it's a restricted area. Now, you can't go beyond the gate and start filming and all that other stuff because that part is not public property. But you can stand out on a public sidewalk all you want and film your little heart out. You can come inside the courthouse and film your little heart out. There's nothing illegal about it. It may make us feel wildly uncomfortable, but there's nothing illegal about it. Okay. Identify the appropriate agency. That's important. So you may have agencies that are right beside each other. You may have like Atlanta PD, and then you may have Fulton County Sheriff's Office or whatever, right? and maybe working a joint detail, and maybe the sheriff's officer says something not nice to you, and you want to file a complaint. You can't go to Atlanta Police Department and file a complaint on a deputy. All right, and vice versa. You can't go to the sheriff's office and file a complaint on Atlanta police officer. They're going to tell you, hey, go to the city of Atlanta or go to the sheriff's office, Spirit Point Lane. All right, determine which law enforcement agency that the officer belongs to. Submit the complaint, use official forms, online portals, written statements to file a complaint. Follow up, and follow up. Okay, you do a complaint, follow up on it. Keep record of your submissions and follow up on the status of your complaint. Mm-hmm. The squeakiest wheel gets the oil. All right.
Now, what to expect after filing? Just let it be known that, let me just read. Understand the investigation process. Acknowledgement. You should receive confirmation that your complaint was received. Make sure you get this, or you could be waiting for months and never hear anything, right? Number 2, investigation. The agency will investigate the complaint, which may include interviews and evidence review, meaning the body cam, your footage that you may have, your audio recordings, visual recordings, those things. Outcome, the agency will provide a response, which may not meet the response that you like, but it could range from disciplinary action to dismissal of the complaint. The only thing that they legally have to send you in situations where it's an IA complaint is if it was founded or unfounded. They don't have to tell you anything else.
Intricate details.
Yeah, intricate details about the investigation. And the appeal is if you're dissatisfied with the outcome, you may have the option to appeal or seek legal advice, which at that point, sometimes people go into the lawsuits or go into things like that where they want to know, hey, what is my course of action? Because they did have a founded situation against the officer or against the person I complained against. So those things are, it's up in the air, right? Because you may see things as a personal thing, but they have to follow the law, right? It must be bad or illegal under lawful terms, lawful conditions. So
correct.
If it doesn't meet that burden, they have an upset self. That's all I'm saying.
and my thing is that a lot of times, and we're coming to the end of the show here. We've been on for an hour and 22 minutes. Thank you guys for watching. It's a pleasure, and it's very humbling. I know you guys think that we're doing a lot for you, but you're doing a lot for us also. Thank you, Joseph. And thank you everybody who's tuned in, all 5,949 of you people. All right. Thank you so much. It means a lot to us. Like, subscribe, share this link, even when we're off. Like, subscribe, share, and quit being cheap. Buy some merch. Okay, that's another thing I want to tell you. I'll bring that screen back up for a second. Buy some merch, folks. This is how we keep this channel going. Buy some merch, scan the QR code there. Don't be cheap. You can get something for as cheap as under $20. I don't care what it is. Just scan the code, buy some merch from us. We're here to inform you guys. We put these programs together for you guys because we genuinely care about the community. We want to come together. We don't want to stay divided, cops on this side, civilians on this side. We want to come together, and we want to bridge the gap between the cops and the community. So when we're putting on these things, believe me, it costs time, it costs money to put all this stuff together, and we love you guys more importantly. We love the community more importantly. So again, please like, subscribe, and share this video. But once again, as much as I hate to go, it's that time. I hope that what we are doing is making a difference. We've tried the protesting, we've tried the rioting, we've tried the fuck the police, we've tried this, we've tried that. Why don't we just simply try educating? And that's what we came up with. We said, why don't we try educating? And yeah, we're rounding up. We've been on for about an hour in some change here. And we usually do about an hour, 30 minutes or so. And that's what we're coming up about here. But we're about education, and we're about communication. Thank you. Someone just scanned the code. Thank you so much. Whoever just scanned the code, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Buy some merch from us. We got a variety of stuff there. We're about educating the community. And one of the things that we said, listen, we don't want to see another person illegally shot, killed by the police. We don't want to see another police officer shot and killed by some idiot out there, right? So we decided to, guess what? Why don't we form a platform that we could communicate with our citizens and communicate with the people of the world, and maybe, just maybe, we'll have a dialogue and understanding. And when you run into a cop, you'll go, well, maybe that Officer Triplett and Officer Steve Turner is not such a bad guy, and give this guy the benefit of the doubt. And who knows, he may not be a bad guy, or he may be a prick. Either one. But guess what? You now know. Thank you for scanning again. Thank you so much for scanning again. You know now how to handle it. If this guy's a prick, then you don't get smart with him. You just simply file a complaint and go through the legal process of it. Because cops are human too. And civilians are human too, cops. We're going to have good days and bad days, right? So this is what we do, folks. So please support the channel. Please keep us going. Tell your friends about us. Next Thursday at 8 o'clock, boy, we're going to have a surprise guest for you. I can't even tell you. But this dude is very, very well known, and he is on the legal side. I will tell you this: it's not a celebrity or rapper or nothing like that. But when you want to talk about someone who knows their stuff, this guy knows his stuff. One of the top people around. Trust me, he's the go-to guy. But next Thursday at 8 o'clock, he will be joining us here at Ask a Cop. Again, my name is Daryl Triplett. This is Steve Turner. Steve, would you like to give out any contact information, how they can contact you or anything like that?
Nah, I don't really have any, but it's all right.
Info at askacop.live if you need to get a hold of Steve.
There you go.
If you need to get a hold of Daryl Triplett, it's Daryl, Daryll, at askacop.live. I'll put that up for you real quick here. And we're almost out of time here. The producer decide what moves. And there we go. There's Jeff's email address up there, Jeff at askacop.live. And then you got Daryl's email at daryl@askacop.live. Like, subscribe, share. All right, people. Again, my name is Daryl Triplett. This is Steve Turner, and we are out. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace.